Fine. How's it, guys? Let me bring up a good old banner there. That's it. That's the one there. Welcome to David Carl Live. Fine. That's the new opening sequence. It is cold today in South Africa, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to David Carl Live. My name is David Carl. My host, or my guest rather, Chris Forrest, is obviously already here. Officially our first guest, besides Claudine, who obviously every day she's just even when I don't send her the link, she's here. But officially, Chris Forrest is our first honorary guest, non-guest. It's a milestone. It's a milestone on the David Carl Live. Shate, Arope Matso, give him a hand. Give him a round of applause, not a hand. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Thanks for gathering. Geez, 15 comments already, guys. We're 1 minute in. A quick register, guys. Caesar is here. Chamba Maleka is here. Common denominator Spa. Is this your first time? You are welcome. Kumka and Eastern Cape is in the house. I'm not wearing a hat, Chief. Shamila is here. How are you, Shamila? Shamila, when are you going to be my guest? Shamila is in a movie I directed with Sons Munsami sometime last year. It was supposed to come out Father's Day. Oh, shit. It would have come out this weekend. But Corona had other plans. So Winnie is here. Brian is here. Caesar is here. Becky Rap 21 is here. Kabelo. Buitumelo is here, of course. Obakeng, Manelis. I'm guessing Tuto is late. My sister Lorraine is late. Mama Tetsolo is here. Guy Pukati Hashem, yes. So Shamila will come on the show soon. Mtwa, all the way from the United States, is in the house. If it's your first time, guys, let us know. Tando Masina. Okay. Welcome, Tando. If it's your first time, guys, let us know. We're here. We're in the Republic of South Africa, where taxi drivers have all the rights. They have more rights than everyone. I think taxi drivers are just doing us a favor. If they really wanted, they could just walk around saying to everyone, "Footset, fuck off. What you gonna do about it?" I think if they really wanted, they could do that. They do it to the government a lot. So you guys have seen taxi drivers went on strike today. Or some, I don't know if it was just Gauteng ones, but they blocked all the roads or most roads. Some, the soldiers asked the taxi drivers to move their stuff, their taxis. Some were just hundreds of taxis in both directions of traffic. Those of you who are not aware, obviously with the COVID relief fund, some industries have been offered a bit of money. Hey, here's some money, your industry is gonna die. Hey, come and apply for money. Nothing happened with the taxi drivers or the taxi owners in the beginning. Then they were like, this is nonsense. We want 4.4 billion. And then obviously the government had a meeting, you know. Then Minister Balula came, offered them 1.3 billion rands, I think, or 1.2, which works out to about 3,500 per taxi. And they said, to the government, I wish it was the arts industry that was being offered 1.3 billion. Guys, I wish. So taxi drivers were offered 1.3 billion. Then the government begged them to take it. Minister of Transport asked them for the past 2 days, please don't go on strike, don't go on, just They still went on strike and said no to the 1.3. It's not their money. It's not insurance payout. It's nobody's money. In fact, that money doesn't exist, guys. But they still said no. They want more. Arch. I give up. But a strike and Lelona. Someone says artists must also go on strike. Pooty is here. My sister Lorraine said Mbax handled them nicely today. Fumbata from Pietermaritzburg. Tavita is here. Tavita is going to monitor our conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Tsotsi or Tsitsi, it's your first time. Welcome. Someone says, Sizwe says some of the soldiers are taxi drivers. Welcome, Kaya and Tabitha. I think our people here can tell it's your first time. It was only the Gauteng taxi drivers apparently that blocked the roads. That's Joburg and Pretoria. Remember some of the emojis, guys, I'm not seeing on StreamYard. Tabo Mashiko, first time, you're welcome. My heads are all over, in the car, in the lounge. Might be one in this room somewhere. In my bag, in my laptop bag, there's a hat. Upstairs, in the bedroom. Everywhere, they're everywhere. Taxi drivers are rock stars. Kabelo Tsukuru. Kabelo Tsukuru, do you know Tumi Tsukuru? The owners are protesting and the drivers are just assisting their employers. Okay, guys, I've kept my guest waiting. He's been backstage. Colin Tabete. My guest has been backstage, ladies and gentlemen. Q Dube will join us in a few minutes. I thought they want 20K for each taxi. That's what they want. We can't all get what we want, Shem. Let me bring in my guest, ladies and gentlemen. I always call on this guy when I need a white guy in the business for years and years and years. I think we met maybe 18, 17 years ago. I had been doing stand-up for about 2 years when we met for the first time. He was the first white comedian on Black's Only Comedy Show 17 years ago. We shot the pilot for David Carr's house together. He was in the first episode. And he's in Blitz Patrollie and a couple of other things. One of the funniest comedians and my very good friend. And the guy that when I was unconvinced about Chris Mapani and how funny Chris Mapani is, I ended up using him for reference because Chris Mapani would ask me to come to a club and then he'll just die a slow death and then he'll invite me again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Chris Forrest.
Hello, David. It's wonderful to be here. I'm glad you remember me with Chris Mapani. Like that's how I want to be remembered later on in my life.
Well, whatever went wrong with me and Chris Mapani, it's your fault. I'll think of you.
I'm sorry about that. He had to pay rent at the time.
Well, we had a nice chat here the other day in one of our earlier episodes. With Chris Mapani.
Chris?
Yeah.
Is he still going to gym?
Well, right now he's in Northwest in a small town in the middle of nowhere for lockdown. So I don't know if I've got a little cough that won't go away, guys, and I'm not gonna test. I'm gonna send my wife and kids to go test it. If they're fine, then I'm fine. I'm buying myself that temperature gun that they have at hotels and golf clubs to check my own temperature.
Isn't that like an easier way of getting a COVID test? Is you just go to Clicks and then as you walk in, they check you, and then you're like, okay.
Golf clubs tomorrow morning. I'll play 9 holes, so I'll check my temperature tomorrow morning. And this guy Kabelo Tsukuru says he was with you, Chris. he was with you in Grahamstown.
Yes, yes, he was.
3-4 years ago. Why is he an artist? Is he in the business?
No, I think he was working on the tech, if I'm not mistaken. It was. I'm trying to remember which show it was. It was Who's Your Daddy? I think it was.
Oh, in Grahamstown.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were on stage before lockdown? What was your final show?
It was at Kurt Skoenraad's Club in Cape Town. I was, I think, was it? Yeah, I was down there for the cycle challenge, I think. I might have done one since then.
How long have you been cycling now?
10 years.
Is it 10 years already?
10 years, and I still haven't finished it. It's a long game.
Before you started cycling, do you remember how much you used to weigh?
Yeah. I'm almost there again. 3 months of lockdown and I'm back.
How many Ks?
What did I put on so far?
Well, what did you used to weigh then?
130.
And then what did you go down to when you started cycling?
About 103.
And then now?
Now I'm halfway. I'm in the middle.
Wow, 1.7.
116 now, yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Did you stop exercising completely?
No, I'm still exercising. I'm just eating a lot. But there's not much else to do.
There's someone here from Bombela. We had a show the other day. There was someone from Lesotho. I think Pakistan. Botswana.
Pakistan's good. I like that Chwaro was speaking to me in Afrikaans. That's remember the back in the Pure Monate days. Then I always used to play the Afrikaans characters, so everybody thought I was Afrikaans.
Have you always, yeah?
Even when David Kibuka came to my house, and then he heard me speaking, because I still lived with my parents then. He heard me speaking to my mom, and he was like, "But your parents are English." Said, yes, they're English, Dave. He's like, but I thought you're Afrikaans.
Were you always aware of, like, during Pure Monate Show, were you paying attention
to what in
to the comedy industry, to the show, to what was happening, being on TV?
So. Yeah, it was awesome.
Because for me, I feel like I think everything flew over so fast, you know. Like now I'm starting to go, geez, I can't believe it's been 20 years, 21 years. It's been like 16 years since the first Pure Monate Show season.
But you know what's funny is I remember I did something with Mel Miller right in the early days. Mel Miller is for those of you who don't know him, is an old sort of Jewish comedian. And we walked into a shop and some woman went, biltong and pot roast. And I was like, wow, that chick remembers him from 20 years later. Yeah. But now we get the Pure Monate.
Yeah. People won't stop, eh?
It's been 16 years.
It's crazy, bro. And I think because of social media, there's more and more of it now than there was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Because it's been like 14 to 16 years of the Pure Monate Show since it ended. 14 years at least since it ended. And people are still like, are you going to do another season?
When are you bringing the show back? It would be a very different show now. We're all old and jaded.
And then, of course, SABC sold it to MultiChoice. Then they had that channel, that Anchor channel, where it started all over again.
Yeah.
And the guy,
that was weird because suddenly, and every now and then one of the videos comes up, especially that one with me and Ronnie Marimula when he's the car guard. That goes on, like I get that on WhatsApp still to this day.
Jeez.
Like, yeah.
Someone sent me my Spider-Man one.
The
Doom one.
The Doom one.
Ah, Jesus. So one of the, partly the reason I wanted to talk to you. So when we did the first ever Blacks Only comedy show, which was a black comedians lineup, and you were one of the comedians, I first brought you out. You out, and obviously you came out. You're a white comedian, and I was like, no.
Yes, Blacks Only, yeah.
And then you went away. You went backstage. I think I brought another comedian. I don't know. And then you used polish, right? Like kiwi polish. Yeah. You used polish to darken yourself, and then you came back, and I let you on now as a black comedian, and we even called you Chris Forrest Magagula. But part of the reason we did that, we were ripping off Leon Schuster.
Yeah.
And Leon Schuster having always put up black faces, or put on the black face for some of his comedy sketches or some of his movies.
Yeah.
And of course, the obvious thing, people would think we're jealous, or I mean, Leon Schuster was popular, and out of the blue, like we tried to do that skit 16, 17 years ago. This would be the 17th year of Blacks Only. 17 years later, Mnet, Showmax thinks or have decided to review Leon Schuster's movies and have taken off a whole bunch of Leon Schuster's movies because of using a black face.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I think people are just becoming more aware. Like before, because even Leon Schuster, much to my, remember, I even used to do the joke. I used to say, if Leon Schuster can make a funny South African movie, then why doesn't he? Yeah. But back then, people were not as aware as they are now, or people didn't, either that or they just accepted more and they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because the way he did things, I was always like, when you're like, no, dude, you can't do that. It's not, because a lot of the movies he made in the 80s, it was, or 80s and 90s, it was like, I'm not comfortable with it, but like we live in a country where it's acceptable. But we've got to realize it's not acceptable
anymore. I saw an apology. Sorry, guys. Guys, go back upstairs, please.
Can I please say hi?
Go back upstairs. No.
Say hi.
Go back upstairs.
Can I please just say hi?
To who?
Say hi to me. Who's that?
Hi.
How you doing? Oh.
Good.
Good. I've got a similar problem, but mine is not my child. It's my dog who wants to go out.
How's the movie King of Mulberry Street?
It's awesome. I got beaten up in every scene. Did you like it?
When did you make that movie? They were showing me that movie today on Showmax.
Hi.
About 2 years ago. If you want. We've all got families. They think you're on the iPad. They're not well, it's me, by the way, who was Tabitha. Just so I could see the comments, so I could say hi to people like Bobo or I beg your pardon?
Can I please ask a question?
Yes.
When you're making the movie Blitz Patrol, how so was it when you fell through the roof?
Lucky I had a lot of padding on, so it wasn't too bad.
What was Uncle Sam's reaction when you caught him? He's here.
Guys, this interview is not what I planned. I'm sorry.
I think Uncle Suds was very shocked. He was
that carries in the King of what?
Mulberry Street.
Mulberry Street. That carries that long gun with a purple top that goes.
Nah, he's only.
Okay, bye, guys.
Wait.
So, what was now?
Am I right to use flour for the
this is
grass?
the best interview ever.
Omar, good night, boy.
Night.
I love you. Bye.
Good night, guys.
Jeez, guys. Yeah, ne. So the movie they're asking about, it's called King of Mulberry Street.
Kings of Mulberry Street. Yeah, it's a Judy Naidu movie. It's actually a kiddie movie, so they would have really enjoyed it. It's about these two kids who take out a gangster in the north coast of Natal. It's set in the 80s.
I saw
What's
that.
his name?
Yeah.
Plays the lead. Guy from Durban. Oh,
Isn't the entire cast except you from Durban? Aren't you also from Durban?
No, I'm not from Durban. No, but you'll know the guy. No, I can't think of his name. There was a lot of Durban comics in there as well.
How many movies have you done now, bro? How many feature films have you done?
Including career highlights such as Who's My Daddy? Crazy Monkey and Hoteliam. I think about 7.
7 feature films.
Yeah, but always as a bit part.
Do you remember Cooler Box?
I still have a box of CDs in the garage.
Oh, fuck. Wait, let me see if I can find it, because now I've started playing with this streaming thing, right? So
is that one? Oh, okay. It's Cooler Box with a K. If you go into YouTube, it'll be there. The song's called Yo Mood.
Can you guys still see me? I'm gonna go and look for this movie.
Yeah, Sizwe has a good memory.
By the way, Chris, most people here are here every night for almost a month now, for the 4 weeks. And it's the same people that come every night.
Do your children even come and join you every night? Is that
sometimes.
a regular feature?
Hey man, what's up, Docus T? Well, I'm fair too. In the mix once again. Particular box of mana. All the way from the east. Random mana. Yeah, what's the yogo? Cooler box. My naam is Cooler. Ek is 'n boer. Die ouens know me. Ek's van Benoni. Jy moenie lag. Kyk my vet maag. Vir 'n braai. Dan kan ons naai. Ek hou van dop. Ek eet ook skop. Don't even joke. Gooi klippies met die coke. Ek draai 'n pot. 3 liter eskort. Ek draai jou vleis. Wys my jou vleis. Jan Pirewit staan stil. Jan Pirewit draai om. Jan Pirewit staan stil. Jan Pirewit draai om. Ons met my boere, sal ek jou boere. Hou vir jou lak, want jy sal kak. Ek's met my manne, van die rugby-spanne. My man Koos, hy's nie 'n doos. Eers my vriend Piet, hy's trompverdriet. Kom vat my hand, ek is jou kant. Ek het my Hani, haar naam is Sani. Sy is my volkie, ons gaan saam sokkie. Jan Pirewit staan stil. Jan Pirewit draai om. Jan Pirewit staan stil. Ja, pirrevit, ja, pirrevit, ja, pirrevit, staan op. Ja, pirrevit, ja, pirrevit, ja, pirrevit, staan op. Ja, pirrevit.
Jesus, dude. And that's
Yeah.
Spike in the background there in the remix.
He was
Feature.
supposed to be in the music in this music video as well, but I think it was the Samas the night before, or not the Samas. What's it? The Safters, and then
Yeah.
everybody was too shit faced and hungover, so they didn't come through. Yeah.
Yo, will you, if we said next month, guys, they want us to do season 3 of the Pure Monate Show, will you do it again?
In a heartbeat. Any
Is
day.
it?
And you?
I'll definitely want to produce it and, you know, direct or whatever. I don't know if I'd want to act in it, unless there's skits that are very specific. But if it's a skit anybody can do, or any younger new comedian can do.
But I would want the same writing team.
Yeah.
Those same guys sitting around that same cock table in the freezing cold in Mill Park or wherever it was. It would have to be that.
Yeah. No, it was a good time. I remember when we started shooting season 2, I was in the States. I was on my way to Just for Laughs. And then Kagiso calls and says, we have to shoot tomorrow. You know, one of those, it's Saturday, and he says, we have to shoot on Tuesday. And I canceled my trip to Montreal. I was already in New York at the time. Canceled my trip to Montreal. And that's the first time I saw and met Dave Chappelle when he was touring with Greer Barnes. After he had just done the Chappelle Show, the first season of the Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
And I dropped everything, bruh, and came back to shoot the Pure Monate Show for 15,000 Rand for the entire season.
Yeah.
When last did you see Ronnie Mutimula?
I did a show with him. He actually helped me out not so long ago. I was doing a gig for a children's home that I do some stuff for called the Villa of Hope. And then a couple guys dropped me and I thought, let me just call Ronnie out of the, and he came through and he did really well. Like, I haven't seen him do comedy in ages and he killed it.
Yeah, I remember I saw him at, I think, Parker's. I don't remember what was happening, but there was a time I saw him at Parker's, and maybe last year even. And did he tell you about the land issue he's been trying to sort out?
That thing is insane, dude. Like, crazy. But like, so typical for Maranza. He's just like, yeah, and he makes it sound like it's like a cottage or something, but it's like this huge piece of however many hectares or something.
You've got 2 kids now, bro. Is it still?
Well, last time I counted. I beg your pardon?
Is it still just 2 kids?
I haven't checked on them, but there was 2 when I left them.
And Promet Madonsela, I will work with you one day, David. If Tuli Madonsela blackmails me, sure. I hope it's not your mom. What stands out the most for you? Obviously, you've done a lot of movies. You did PMS, and you've done Heavyweight Comedy Jams, Black Song Leagues. Have you done the Kings and Queens?
I've done the Kings and Queens a few times.
What time did you go on stage?
How many times did I go on stage?
What time did you go on stage?
I don't know. That thing, the last one I did was in Durban, and I was on second last, so it was late. And then some guy proposed to his girlfriend before I went on, I think. So, now, if you don't know comedy, you won't understand how cock that is. But so I think Neil Green was on, Durban comedian Neil Green, and he was East Coast Radio's the media partner, so they'd obviously arranged it through East Coast, and then the guy somehow, those contrived proposal thingies where Neil calls them on stage for some other reason, and then the guy gets down on one knee and he asks his girlfriend, because you can't really say no in front of 4,000 people, so she has to say yes. And then everybody cheers and goes berserk. He goes, "Thank you very much, that's my time." And then Riyadh was like, "It's cool now, Chris is on." No, Riyadh, it was Darren Moore. "Hi guys, I'm just gonna try and do comedy now. I'm gonna do shitty jokes about whatever."
Do you think
you're all talking about the proposal?
Do you think people remember Laugh Out Loud at the convention center? Guys, do you remember we did a show at the convention center?
Hold on 1 second.
LOL. And there was a DVD. I don't have any of those things.
I still have it. I think you guys still signed it. Did you? No, nobody signed it.
I don't have any of that, bro. All I remember is I was wearing my jean to gym. Yes, those guys that used to be hot. Eh? How many years ago was it? Their date there?
I don't see it. 2002.
Yes.
You want me to read your interview? I think I should.
Yeah.
Full name, David Majalefa Mzwandile Kau. Place of birth, Boitumelo Hospital. Sex, eventually. Achievements, having sex, eventually. Previous jobs, receptionist at Clarendon House, UCT. Also used to take a bow for Mark Banks before the 1994 elections. Words of wisdom: don't take shit for granted. Reaching for a dream to get hit by a bus driven by a naked Afrikaans woman in Pretoria. Preferably the corner of Beatrix and Church on a Thursday afternoon. Biggest fear: being caught for not paying my TV license. And then the last question.
They're taking me to the lawyers, yeah?
What's that?
My TV license, they've gone legal on me.
Oh, man. What the last question is quite important. What would you do if there wasn't such a thing as stand-up comedy? I'd be an extra on Generations. So that's where you're at.
Wow.
18 years ago.
Yeah. Yes, I'm going to try and get copies. I don't have anymore. I know someone is making money somewhere.
This is the most pirated CD in the world ever. Remember, Ronnie Apteker told us we were going to sell 500 million copies and then we could retire.
I need a copy from you then.
Yeah, we'll do your copy. Jeez, I don't think I've ever even listened to it. I just remember you did the thing about the elections on the phone.
Pogiso was asking about Schuster. Maybe he's just arrived, Shem. We spoke about Schuster, Pogiso. We both agree it's cack, and we tried to bring it up 16 years ago. But
nobody was listening back then. He was
the more people, the more you get away with shit, basically, in the world in general. So yeah, we spoke about Schuster. Maybe I must ask the viewers there, do you guys believe there's anything wrong with Schuster having put on black faces or black makeup, played black women, black characters? I'm sure some of you might think it was okay or it's funny or you found it funny. I'm not here to impose, you know?
For me, though, his movies, it wasn't just about doing blackface, because he did that. But he also, some of the hidden camera stuff where he took advantage of, like, the fact that especially in those days, like, white people were very much the oppressor. I mean, we still are to a degree, but then he would do things to guys in those hidden camera things where like the watermelon sales. Did you ever see those sketches? And it's like the guy can't do anything, but you're just being a dick to him. And now that's funny, which to me was like, that's not cool.
There we go. Promat Matonsela. I'm starting to think this might be Advocate Tuli Matonsela's son. He doesn't have a problem with the blackface.
You got to get Conrad Koch on. He explains in these questions with essay answers.
Yep. Another black person sees no issue with the blackface. Caesar sees no problem with it. Because I have a long thing. Someone basically said Sean Schuster is the best filmmaker ever. Even black filmmakers with their SABC money never came close to the movies he made. And I think it's a black person that said that. It's a long.
He was always Schuster, like up until I don't know when, out of the top selling South African movies in South Africa, not necessarily South African movies.
Yeah.
He had 6 out of the 10. So for me, I like who am I to tell people what they should and shouldn't be offended by? But I thought anyway, I won't go into it.
I think Q Dube might just run out of data here because he's been backstage. How are you, man?
Hey, that could happen. Yeah, no, the Wi-Fi in Hillbrow is not the connectivity is not too great. So technically, I am in Zim.
So where do you live in Joburg?
When am I leaving Joburg?
Where do you live?
I live in it's Observatory. It's near. It's right behind Yeovil.
I'm not that xenophobic, man. Not on Mondays.
You're not going to send someone to your house.
I'm not going to come to you on Monday and be like, when are you leaving Joburg?
Because at the back of my mind, I'm thinking, this is not the brief I was given when I was invited to the show.
How long have you been in South Africa? You said you were planning to go back and then lockdown happened.
Yeah, not go back. I was planning to visit Zim and then come back. Yeah. My passport. George Kuda has a joke where he says, "I've been in South Africa for 13 years, but legally 3 months." So I'm doing the 3-month thing. I go out, stamp my passport, come back. So lockdown happened, and yeah.
Why don't you just give it to a taxi driver, let him stamp it for you, and then he brings it back?
Because they forget.
Isn't there
a lady across the road in
to get it stamped?
Yeah.
Yeah, they forget. Like when they get to the border and there's too much pressure, all they want to do is just clear and leave. Then they're not then going to think, oh, there's that kid, I have to get his passport stamped. They'll just be like, hey, hare boy, and that's it. And you're left here screwed. So might as well do it yourself.
You know, when Zimbabwean people send money with taxi drivers to their families, like an e-wallet, like a human e-wallet. Christy,
I know. I'm just watching Long John saying, "Q, don't expose us here."
I can't even read what is out there. So, guys, Long John is another Zimbabwean comedian. Let me see.
Brilliant.
Let me see if he's got data wherever he is and a good light and a good network. Otherwise, he can kiss our ass goodbye.
No, Long John is playing with Steve Harvey now, so he should be good.
Well, he won some competition, right?
Yeah, he won some Steve Harvey competition, so he's all right. He's all right.
Okay, Long John, I've sent you the link. If you have the data.
Who's the funniest Zimbabwean comedian, Q?
Are you frozen?
I hope so. Otherwise, he's thinking really hard about that question.
This is too early to fuck out or be frozen and all this shit. We
That's
just
fine. We'll just we'll try and work around it. Q, can you do an impression of a man sucking on a really awesome sweet? But he's gone now. He's back.
God. Your wife says, "Can you please bring a cup of tea when you come to bed?"
How is she typing that?
Well, if she's on a laptop, she can send.
Yeah, but you see, so she's on multiple devices.
She's on a device somehow.
Yeah, so because I thought I was on her device, but it's all good.
Do you have your phone with you?
Me? No, I do. I'm speaking to you on it, but I've got her iPad.
Oh,
So maybe she's on her phone. It could be that as well.
Okay. I think Q Dube might be back.
It's immigration. It's not me.
Do you need data? Do we have to send data?
No, I'm on Wi-Fi and it just dropped. I think it's immigration. I promise you.
It's fine. Nobody's judging you.
Shamila,
no,
because it's cold in observatory.
I'm from Zim. We woke up to a Zimbabweans must fall hashtag today, so we're used to being judged.
What happened in South Africa?
Zimbabweans must fall.
Yeah, it's trending on Twitter. Zimbabweans must fall.
Was
I
it
mean, how
started by
bad?
the Zimbabwean president?
Huh?
Nothing. Who started it? Why must you guys fall?
What happened?
I don't know. South African citizens are mad at Zimbabweans being here. So, you know, it's the new hashtag. Zimbabweans must fall and leave and go back to Zim. And, you know, I don't know what nice way to tweet that we're not going back. There's no nice way to tweet it. So I just let it go.
Well, if you do tweet it, don't put your location on the tweet. Just as a tip.
That's it. That's the one.
No, but a lot of people are against the hashtag.
Yeah, because I think one was started to say Zimbabweans must rise. And I was like, yeah, I don't think that hashtag should be here in South Africa. It should be in Zim by the parliament buildings in Zim. You know, it's the wrong platform, but...
Chris, someone just remembered you won South Africa's Master Chef.
Yes, I did. Once upon a time.
How many years ago was it?
I'm going to say 5.
Okay, guys, we're going to let Zimbabweans rise.
Hey, we're taking over this live now. Hey.
Not John seat. They've only been here 2 minutes. They're already taking all our jobs, David.
Yeah,
I am taking it over. I don't play.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Long John. He did about 5 minutes on the Black Songly, and then I had booked him for the one that got coronavirus.
I was looking forward to it, and then coronavirus was like, nope, relax.
Do you guys
needed to take a break, Long John? You're working too much, bro. Like the coronavirus was a way of saying, hey, just relax, dude, just chill.
I'm still working in this coronavirus, so it doesn't matter.
What are you doing?
Sure.
So I've been doing a lot of sketch comedy and stuff like that. So, well.
Where?
You're still working?
Online.
I'm still working as well. I'm just not getting paid.
Yes, that's it right there. That's it.
Now, in case you all don't realize.
You didn't ask me if I was getting paid.
But I'm working for myself.
Exactly. That's what's happening now.
Where are your skits? Where do you put your skits? So where do you show your skits?
On my YouTube channel, Long John Weld, and my Facebook channel.
Long John Weld.
Yes.
Go to Long John Weld, guys, and check out.
Yeah. Go and check it out.
Sister fan, they say Leon Sister and Chris can keep the land.
Wow.
I'm not sure if I'm happy I can keep the land or sad that I'm like in the same boat as Leon Schuster now.
But do you have the land? Do you have it? That's the question.
Those of you who don't know, Chris Forrest, one of Chris Forrest's hobbies is to rent out property to black comedians.
I did that once. That was interesting.
It didn't end well?
No, it was just funny. It was like the guy saying, "Oh, I haven't worked. I haven't got money for rent." And I was like, "But I was at a gig with you last night. I know you worked."
Wow.
Yeah.
And you saw him buy beers after the show.
He'll take me for a ride in his new Mercedes.
Let's ask a question
Oh,
earlier.
man.
Who's the funniest Zimbabwean comedian?
Okay, guys, my data. I'm gonna my data. Nah,
I would say George Kuda.
Me too, definitely.
What about Carl?
Okay, bye bye, guys.
Oh, Carl's funny.
So you guys are telling me there's 4 Zimbabwean comedians and you've managed.
Wait, whoa, there's no.
And there's beef in the comedy industry with 4 fucking comedians.
There are no 4 comedians. Oh, come on.
Listen, Long John's views alone. I'm not a part of those views.
Oh, wait,
I don't know
what
what
are you talking about? I didn't say anything. We are together in this.
Hey, listen.
Okay?
Listen, Carl Joshua Ncube does TED Talks. I'm not trying to mess up any relations I have with him.
Yeah. So it's a joke.
So Long John, what's the deal with the Steve Harvey thing? I know you won something.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey.
So
what is that?
yeah, so I won this competition. So the idea was right now we planned, to go to America, and I was planning to open for him around America. When he was doing his tour, it was scheduled for this this month, and then Corona was like, nah, you're not going anywhere. So yeah, that's what's happening.
So is that what you want to open for him for Steve Harvey?
No, yeah, I won. It's called the Spotlight Comedy Competition. So the main reason for that competition is to give you a spotlight. So it was for there to boost me as a comedian. To give me a platform. So I was he was using his platform to show others.
Are you gonna get paid?
A little, like. Yeah.
If you want, I can do a similar thing for you at Poppy's in Melville.
I'm thinking I must also for an opening act. I must also run competition for an opening act.
To open for him around USA. For me, I was happy, and actually to work with him, for me it was a win itself.
Have you met him?
Yeah, I've met him in he was shooting Family Feud here in Johannesburg, so they arranged for me to meet him, which was amazing. It was nice.
Was that after you had won or before you had won?
Yes, after I had won it. So he actually had to. He actually talked to his team, and they arranged for me to meet him when he was shooting Family Feud, which was very nice because I got to sit with him the whole day, just asking questions and learning a lot from him.
Did you ask him if he knows who I am?
Okay. I think he knows who you are, but I didn't ask.
So myself and
Long John is the reason South Africans want us out of here.
What is that?
Why? What happened?
You are from Zim and you are winning competitions here in South Africa to meet Steve Harvey here when he's here to shoot Family Feud. Like, bruh, you're gonna get us killed.
No, what I
So what you're saying, Q, is that Zimbabwean comedians must not be funny.
Wow.
I'm saying tone it down, like tone it down just a little bit.
And you've been doing a great job of that so far.
So, okay.
Yes.
So myself and
I've got no.
Kagiso went to Finland. I think, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, either 2015 or 2013, and we went to Paris, coming back from Finland, and then I took Kagiso. We went to Louis Vuitton in Paris on Champs-Élysées, whatever that street is, and we bumped into Steve Harvey in the Louis Vuitton, and eventually we spoke to him, and we told him who we are. I told him who we are, and he started chatting to us. We chatted for about 20 minutes. He started telling us how he creates, how he writes jokes, what he does, and he said, "You see, son, I've got a 1, a 2, and a 3. This is how he writes jokes, right? I take a 3, I throw it away. I take a 2, I work on it until it becomes the number 1. Then I go on tour. Then I put that on show. I put that on DVD. I sell it. I go back to 2. I work on it until it's number 1. Then I go back to 3. I turn it into a 2. If it doesn't work, I throw it away. And then I take the 2. But he's in the middle of where I was trying on shoes. When I could have bought apartments like Chris Forrest, but I didn't have that privilege at the time.
Yeah, we were shopping.
Were you all shopping? Like, were you all?
One of you was in the shopping.
Steve was with his wife. Yeah, he was shopping. I mean, Steve doesn't dress down, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I bought a pair of boots. I always remember them, and say I'll always remember these shoes because that's when I met Steve Harvey.
And got a comedy lesson.
And my son had like a private TED talk with. Apparently, he was talking about Mashabela.
Oh yeah.
What did Mashabela?
Oh man, Mashabela's hustle is. Ooh.
What does that mean? Is that like English? Mashabela's hustle.
It's no, but I mean, all of you, Mashabela's, Kumba, the things that you're doing, we just watch in awe, like, wow, this is amazing stuff. So.
Mashabela is on another level. He got his own lane, you know. That's how Papi are billionaires. They've got their own vodkas and gins and.
Yeah, that's true. He's a businessman. He's a brand himself.
Yeah.
Has Mashabela got his own gin?
As much as what?
I didn't know he had his own gin. I need to learn these things.
Oh yeah, he's got his own gin. Moringa gin.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some of us are doing skits here. It's crazy.
If we have a
we're waiting for Corona so we can tour with Steve Harvey.
Yes, you're touring with Steve Harvey. I need my passport stamp. So, like, my problems are worse than all of yours.
I'm sure there's a guy on that bus called Steve as well, Q.
Sorry?
Eh?
I said, I'm sure there's a guy on the bus with Q as well who's also called Steve.
Yeah.
Steven Global.
Okay, guys, you come from different parts of Zimbabwe. Are you like
way different
Zimbabwe, or are you different tribes?
I'm down.
I'm Ndebele.
Yeah, so it's different.
So I come from Blueyo. He comes from Chimani Mani.
Yeah.
Money doesn't even sound like it's on the weather map.
It is not. There's no money. There's actually no money in Chimani Mani. It's bad.
Is that which of you guys is closest to the Wanky Game Reserve?
Me, Blueyo.
Yeah.
Why is it called Wanky?
You call it wanky. It's called wange. You call it, you.
Are you talking about
You
one?
called it. Yes,
There's
it's called it wanky.
called the Wanking Game Reserve in Zim.
Wanky.
And then you
What?
like to see a spitting snake. Huh?
It's a tourist attraction. Trust me. A lot of tourists come through, and you know.
But
So
you go on a bus, or do you see it by yourself?
Did you say he comes from Blue Ohio?
Yes. Come
Hey, when I see
blue,
from Bulawa,
blue whale.
from Bulawa, you see. How?
It is blue whale.
No
But
one
you
is
know,
like-
technically,
no one is against Long John and Q-Bone. Q-Bone.
Q-Bone. God damn. Like, is this shit on Q Day? Like,
This is why my name is Long John. It's easy.
God.
What?
Technically,
Long John,
technically, I'm the.
What?
Yeah. What's your name, Long John?
Why are we talking about this now? Why do we talk? My name is Learn More. Learn
to know you
more.
with David Cow. What's it?
It's Learn More.
It's Learn More.
That's my first name. Like learning, like learn.
What is,
Why are you
there's nothing
laughing?
wrong with
Let's
that.
not.
My
Let's
surname
stop
is
laughing.
Forrest. It would be weird if your surname was Mats, though. That would be the only one that wouldn't have you.
Learn more maths. You see now.
My best friend is called God Knows.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And he's the last born in the family. So I think by the time he was born, I think the father thought he couldn't have any more kids. So when he popped up, I'm sure he was just like, God knows where this one is coming from, because it's definitely not mine.
So Q, what's your full name?
Ngobizita.
Huh?
Yeah, Q's a good name to you.
Yeah. Ngobizita Dube, yebo.
Go visit.
What? And then Long John, your name is Len Moore.
Exactly.
What's your surname?
Jonasi Mwanyenyeka.
Come
Oh,
on,
guys, I'm
Long
out.
John,
My data,
Come
my
on,
data,
Long
guys.
John.
I'm out.
Wait, did you tell Steve Harvey your real name?
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
He
Q.
was asking so many questions.
Q, I'll send you data when we get a sponsor on the show.
You send me data.
When I get a sponsor for the show.
Oh, please do.
Q needs it. Q needs data.
Okay, Sharp. Thanks for coming, Q.
Appreciate you.
All right. So,
Are we out?
Chris, we lost the Zimbabwean and we gained another one. That's how many of them.
Yes. Don't play. Pass and play. Pass and play.
Like, what are the chances? I mean, really?
Have you got Carl Josh Ngubi's number?
Yeah.
Just in case.
Guys.
Get George Kuda to stand by.
Joshua doesn't have a phone, okay?
Kuda doesn't have a phone.
Doesn't have a phone.
It's fine if you say his name 3 times, he actually comes to your house.
Please buy data, Long John. What the hell?
Well, Q is not here, so we can't ask him about his name anymore.
Yeah.
We're busy.
What about Learn More? Learn More is a powerful name. Please learn more. It's powerful. It means
But
something.
it depends. It depends on the context. Like,
Oh yeah. I know exactly where it came from. I used to think it came from, like they wanted me to learn more in life. And I later found out that it's not about that.
yeah, it's like for instance, I'm not saying this is the case, but if your mom said, I know all about contraception just before you were born, and then your dad said, learn more.
Something like that, okay?
I used to play soccer with a guy called Good Enough.
Good enough.
That was his name. It was called Good Enough.
Was he good? Was he good?
But like
good enough.
Good enough, I suppose.
I used to have a friend named Take It Easy.
All
Zimbabwean.
Zimbabwean guy.
One word.
Yeah. Take it easy. One guy. Take it easy.
So, John, what else do you do besides stand-up comedy, or how are you surviving during lockdown?
Oh yeah, so I do graphic design on the side, and film editing and stuff like that, video editing and stuff like that. So that's what I've been doing on the side. Right?
You do some stuff for TV, right?
For who? Tenjo, yeah, for Tenjo. I do stuff for Tenjo. I do all of a graphic design and branding. So that's what I've been doing on the side. Lucky enough, I had some clients, and I've been doing a lot of work, during this lockdown. So yeah, that's how I've been surviving.
So with all the South Africans that are going broke, that are unemployed, you, the Zimbabwean, okay, you are making money.
Why are you doing this to me? This is not like. No, the thing is, I want to go back to Zimbabwe. Because of coronavirus, I've been stuck here in South Africa for 3 years. So that's what happened.
You've been on lockdown in South Africa for 3 years. The coronavirus.
Yeah, it's the coronavirus, man. For 3 years, I've been stuck here.
I knew that, guys, might be someone's name in Zim.
You never know. That's actually true.
I have a friend named Talk to Them Keys.
Yeah. Talk to them. No, Zimbabwean names are crazy because it comes from our language, Shona. Some of it, like our Shona names mean something. All of them, they have to mean something. Like Namo means poor or something like that, or trouble. And then there's just names like that. So we just translated them to English. They have to mean something.
Is there
Good enough was
Good Enough was a popular name for kids from the 80s in KZN.
Wow, really? That's
good enough.
That's good enough, yeah.
So Long John, is there like a drink? I know KZN, they've got Limpopo, they've got. Is there a drink that men can take? Like men like me and Chris, we've been married for many years. We're older. There's kids. There's stress. There's corona. We're unemployed, and like now it's nighttime. I'm avoiding going to bed. People think I love doing this show. No one is suspecting every single night for 6 nights a week. Do a show from 8 p.m. sometimes until 2 a.m., 1 a.m. because I'm waiting to fall asleep first. Is there like a machinga chinga from Zimbabwe medicine or drink that we can?
Yeah, there is a lot, but it depends where you come from and what is your tribe or something like that. Where I come from, the Ndao people, we have it.
What is it called?
Randburg is the one.
It's called Mutombo.
What's that, Chris?
It's called Mutombo. Ooh, that one. Ah. All night, Baba.
What are you saying?
What if you're single though?
You what?
Do you drink it and you by yourself though in lockdown? Then you're still going all night.
No, but why are you buying it on lockdown? Why are you doing it?
Is that when you're in the wanky game reserve?
You know what? I give up on you, Chris. This is
I drank that one from Limpopo, the one from like the tree bark or something. And it was disgusting. I must have had about 30 glasses of it and only 18 of them worked.
wow. Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
Long John, are you locked down by yourself?
No. My little sisters are here, and I'm in Brett's right now. So
did you say
I'm with my mother and my little sisters. Brett's.
Why? In where?
Huh? Brett's.
Did you say in Brits?
Yes. For now, that's where I'm staying.
It's fine.
Have you moved out of Joburg?
No.
That was bound to happen. I was just thinking, this is too much data for a Zim guy.
We got to ask him questions that he can answer in the state now.
Well, we can look at.
Lockdown?
Should we discuss this nose? Should we label the nose? Did we have to do that? That's cool. Well, he's not a bad-looking guy. I don't know if there are any single guys, single ladies. Look at the guy. You know, have a look at him. It's like a nice little pose there, like a nice little freeze.
He's a very funny comedian if he ever gets back.
And he does graphics as well. And he does graphics as well.
He does graphic design. He'll actually do your wedding invitation.
Every time I ask my friend from Zim to make one or to make me oros, he takes out mazo.
What's mazo? Explain that one to me.
I think it's the mutombo, or the type of mutombo.
Yeah.
Did you have to homeschool your kids, Chris?
I did.
How old are they now?
7 and 4. My kids' teachers were lying. They're not a pleasure to teach.
Yeah. No, for me,
have you been doing it?
We were, because we were sort of already in a homeschooling setup. So, but I just let my kids do whatever they want, honestly. I begged them. They are on laptops from 8, 9 a.m. until now. I just begged them to do like one sum or like one drawing or something for like 5 minutes or 1 hour to just cut their internet intake by at least 5 minutes to an hour a day. And then after that, I pray, I light candles, and then I just look at the candles and hope for the best.
We've been trying to pretend like we're doing well because we downloaded those things on the like an app to teach them how to read or something.
Yeah.
And then we pretend like, yeah, no, we're homeschooling them. It's very tough. They're on I think it's called Homer. But then they learn how to read in American.
No, our kids are already in a homeschool, so they've got their homeschooling set up and the books and yada yada, and they were gonna attend like a home learning, a learning center. So that's that part we didn't do because I don't want them going out there.
Yeah, okay.
Not at the moment. Do you know anyone personally that's got COVID-19?
I know a few people actually. You must know. I'll just name them in case. There's Haley Owen. She's an actress.
I know the name.
She was in High Rollers.
And she's got COVID, or she had it already.
She had it. She had it right in the beginning. And then I do the stand-up comedy masterclass.
Yeah.
And then one of the guys who was one of my students, I saw him in the shops, and then we were joking about how we don't need to worry about this thing, and like gave each other a hug or whatever. And then he phoned me about 3 weeks later going, "Oh, by the way, I meant to call you. When you saw me, I had this coronavirus. I've been in hospital." And so I was like, "Okay, thanks for letting me know."
What? That's crazy.
But there's other people. Weirdly enough, as a comedian, you've got to be very careful because I won't name names because of their privacy or whatever. But 2 comedians' mother-in-laws have passed away from this thing. You know that?
I know one comedian.
Yeah, another one last night.
You're shitting me. Bro.
This is a great comedy interview.
You're shitting me,
But
bro.
promise you, Cape Town comic.
Last night.
Was either last night or the night before, yeah.
Have they made it public? Have they tweeted or Facebook or whatever?
Yeah, they Facebooked it.
Who's the comedian?
Well, it's Carl Weber.
Are you shitting me, bro?
Yeah, so it's the thing's real. No,
For me, it became real when Dumiso lost his mom-in-law. Because that was the first time.
We've taken a very very serious turn here, but I've got a friend who works at Barra, and he said they're full now with Corona, like it's proper. These are serious times we're living. It was empty for a long time now.
For 2 months.
Princess Buchle had it for 2 months.
You're not supposed to have Corona for 2 months.
No, but some people do. Like, I don't know how it works.
Look, I understand having it, not knowing you had it. Becky, do you want to talk to us? Because Becky says she's in recovery now.
Yo.
That's hectic, bruh. Jesus. I wasn't expecting like another comedian to be directly, know someone or have someone.
Yeah.
Because like most diseases. Oh wow, fuck! This is the wrong person to come. This person just arrived. This show is gonna go sideways, Chris.
Wait, is this Becky?
Tudo. She says we all have corona. There's something wrong with you, Tudo. Oh my God, 3 tests.
Okay. Wow.
Well, welcome to David Gow Live, Chris. You had it the other way around, so at least you didn't start with this.
Yeah, no, I mean this is great. There's comedy material for days here.
You should see the other episodes about Black Lives Matter. Fuck. Do you have plans for when we come out of lockdown?
I don't. I'm right now. I want to be back on stage. That's I've been doing a couple of those virtual gigs, and that was I remembered how much fun stand-up is. But it's still weird because you don't get that audience response. You just get sort of comments like this, but you only see them afterwards in the comment section.
Are you doing actual stand-up or are you doing like concepts?
No, I did well. I mean, for the I did a corporate gig for somebody, but I did it exactly like this. Actually, in this very chair, but I wore different clothes.
Yes, as fuck. I can't. I can't. I won't do stand up like this. I'll do stuff, but I won't do stand up.
Yeah, but we're doing the quiz. You're gonna co-host one with me if I remember. We must just get hold of you.
You can invite me. You let me know when. Yours is weekly,
Yeah,
right?
it's twice a week. So we're still figuring out if people are going to be in lockdown or not, if they still want to watch it. Oh, can I advertise my show here?
Yeah.
Now I'm here. I shamelessly punted. I'm doing. So somebody pointed out that I won MasterChef. So
Yeah.
me and one of the judges do a show together called "Don't Burn Your Sausage," which is all about how to get laid using food.
When you started doing it yet?
With what?
Have you started doing it?
Yeah, well, no, with the show's going out on the 11th of July.
Where?
I'm not sure. There'll be a lot of advertising, but if you follow my Facebook page or my Twitter or Instagram, then I'm sure I'll like spam you with posters. But yeah, so the 11th of July, it'll also be a streaming thing similar to this. But it'll be you'll have to buy a ticket, and then all the proceeds go to the Chris Forrest Foundation for overweight comedians. So
Well,
so check that out.
but it's the only plan. He must focus on that now.
No, I'm reading all the like Corona things now.
Wait, read what I put on screen.
She'll be asleep by the time I get there. There will be no tea. If she puts another message on here now, then I'll take her. I'll make her tea. Maybe some of that. What's it called? Mutombo. What was it?
Mutombo.
Mutombo.
Or you're gonna put some in her tea.
If a woman drinks that.
Some of these things work for women as well. Are you gonna put that in her tea?
I don't have any handy with me right now. My neighbor gives me that stuff. Is it just me? It tastes disgusting. It makes your mouth dry.
I don't know these ones. I don't know the Zimbabwe ones.
No, he's from Limpopo. So he gives it, but he's like insistent only the gents can drink it. But I'm like the ladies aren't really missing out.
Do you wake up your wife when you go to bed? You know they huh?
Wait, I like what Sizwe is saying here.
Oh, you're one of my favorite comedians, including DK Worldwide.
There we go. Thank you, Sizwe. Do I wake her up? You mean on purpose or not? When you get back from a gig?
When you want some. Or do you just give up and say, well, she's sleeping. Let me sleep. Let me let her sleep in peace.
I think we've been together for 15 years. We've been married for 10. I think I just leave her to sleep. Especially now in winter. It's like, get away from me. It's cold.
Yeah, she's that's like my wife. Does she sleep with all her clothes on? Everything.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, yeah, not that. It's freezing. What are you, crazy? Which is a fairly accurate impression of her, by the way.
Is she always awake? Does she know when you're coming to bed, or she just passes out?
Do you sleep through? Like I'm a light sleeper. I don't know what it's like in your house, but the kids, they know by now. Even the dog, they don't bother trying with her. They'll all wake me up if they need something. The house alarm can go off. I'll wake up check it out, see all of that stuff. Then the house alarm will go off again. Then I'll go back to bed. The next morning I'll be like, oh, I'm tired because the alarm. She'll be like, what alarm? Where?
Princess is a nurse. That's why, or that's how she says she got.
Yo. How she got COVID?
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, to be serious for a second, one of the things that irritates me is everybody who goes, "No, this thing doesn't exist," and all of that. But then you speak to nurses and doctors who are like shitting themselves now because they're exposed to it every day.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Tuto's got other things she's concerned about.
You can just slip it in if she wears a onesie.
You can't. She says you can't.
You can't. Yeah, you can try, you know. But some of them have like a little flap.
The onesies.
Yeah.
Like a rabbit tail or something.
Yeah, you just little 2 buttons, but not the ones I've seen. There's a design that we must look at here. There's money to be made. Some comedians make gin. We'll make onesies with an access door. Just in case.
Is your house big enough? Do your kids bother you, or are they far? Do you have a left wing and a right wing?
Must I tell you how big my house is? Like, guys, this house is we've got a cottage at the top of the garden where my in-laws live.
Is that how big it is?
You've been to my house, you know these things.
No, I know.
So every now and then we send them up to the top of the garden and let them live there for a day.
In the cottage or in the garden?
Don't even joke. They did live in the garden for a night. But no, in the cottage. They stay at the grandparents.
I'm not sure who's asking me where's mine or what is. Tumelo, what are you talking about? Did you see the interview he did with Stop Nonsense? He was wearing a onesie here.
He's wearing a onesie.
Stop Nonsense came here with a onesie.
I'm not. But why? I have one of my weirdest memories ever. Was a grown man in a onesie, but a camouflage onesie, shouting at me about a TV show I was trying to propose to him. But it was like one of those fleecy ones, but in camouflage. And then I was like, you're a grown ass man at work in a camo onesie. I cannot take you seriously while you shout at me right now.
Was it online? Anyway.
No, it wasn't online. It was live. I was in the office at the SABC trying to pitch a show. The dude was hitting it. He's like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "But I don't know. Like, but you're in a camo onesie shouting at me. It can't be cool."
This is a long comment. We can't even see ourselves.
Do you know?
No, go ahead. Read it.
Do you guys know how much impact you have on people's lives, Mara? DK and Chris with the PMS cast. Are you aware how much laughter you guys brought every Friday evenings when PMS was on screens on SABC 1? You guys really have to be celebrated. I agree with you, Sizwe.
You know, we're here, man. I guess this is it. You guys watching.
We've peaked. The cool thing is it was fun to do as well. It was like, because I don't know, you also had some shitty jobs. I worked in a call center for 3 years before that, maybe 4 years.
You know, when they call me now and they say, Mr. Kao, your credit card is not paid, blah blah blah. How much can you pay?
Yeah.
And then in the background, I can hear other people at the call center saying, Is it David Cow? David Cow.
Yeah.
How long ago were you still working at a call center when you started comedy?
Yeah, for the first year of comedy, I was still working at a. Like when we started, we're the OGs here, but when we started, there was only 2 gigs when I started. It was the Funny Farm at the waterfront that didn't pay any money, and Hurricanes in Forrest. And then there was nothing else, so you couldn't earn a living out of comedy.
Jeez. And there were no corporate gigs, obviously.
No, I didn't. Like my first corporate gig, I'd been doing comedy for about 2 years already.
Have I told you about my first ever corporate gig? Jameson Hall, UCT, when John used to be managed by Sam Hendrickson, but he was leaving and he decided not to do a corporate.
Yeah.
And John was gonna get $7,700 and I got 1,600. I got $2,000 less commission for the same gig.
Did he pay you though, at least?
Well, those were the good days when Sam Hendrickson used to make me a lot of money or pay me. I was just starting. That was my first ever corporate.
That first corporate was blazing though. I remember my first paid gig was the best thing ever. Like at the time I was earning 20 Rand an hour at the multi-choice call center. And then Joe Parker paid me $200 for a gig at Hurricanes for a 5-minute set. I was like, yo, this is 10 hours work in the call center. And a whole other level.
When do you think we're gonna get back on stage? Your opinion?
Properly, I think hopefully I'm going to be very optimistic and say November or December.
I'm saying next year, eh? At least at the scale that we need to make money. I think we can get back with all these helmets and cubicles and masks and bullshit, but we're not gonna make money in those crowds and social distancing.
Well, also I think they need to sell alcohol again before they can have comedy again, because otherwise nobody can afford it.
Yeah. If they say to us, there's nothing they can do, we can't gather our crowd, stand-up comic, blah, 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 for like another year or 2, what would you do? What are your options? Are you just going to collect rent from your...
from my they're not paying right now, and no, we do digital marketing / below the line marketing for a couple of people, and then I'm trying to work on some other things, but I do freelance copywriting and stuff, but right now the digital marketing is probably what's going to get us through.
I've proposed to Donald, Donald the singer.
Yeah.
Donald I Deserve, Donald in Denial. And I've had this proposal before with the Kwela Debza guys. I would consider opening a church.
and then people can come to it, because you know what,
that means we can do 3 shows a day from morning until 6 p.m.
I don't know if I was telling you or someone else. I have a friend who has his own church, and I'm an elder in the church. It's called the California Church of the Sun, and he created it. He wanted to. Sorry, I'm reading comments while I'm speaking to you. He created it specifically because he wanted to do gay marriages. So he's an ordained minister, but he has a proper church called the California. So we can do that. We can set it up.
No, I've thought about it. I think also just as comedians, maybe we all open churches, we all do the 50 people already that are allowed, and then we become each other's guest pastors on different Sundays, and
then we have Holy Communion.
there's zero tax to be paid.
Do churches don't pay tax? That's true.
They don't. I mean, it depends. If it's an NGO, it's registered as an NGO or NPO.
Then you got to do that.
I'm
Somebody asking, is it true people who have money don't laugh all out? They just grin.
Only in Nigeria.
Only in Nigeria.
Where did they ask that?
Yeah, it's I'm on YouTube, I think. Is it? And then somebody else asked, did Chris Mapani ever pay his rent? Yes, he did. He lives. He's in. Where did you say he is now? He was in Edenvale last time I spoke to him.
He was out of Joburg when I spoke to him. Second part of lockdown. He went to his wife, girlfriend, baby mama's place, home.
They're saying Pope David Cow. His Holiness.
I'll go with Apostle Cow, APK, or ADK, Apostle David Cow. Or PDK is not bad. Pope David Cow is not bad.
PDK. That should be the name of your album if you ever. PDK.
I think it just says we must plan for March 2021. Don't ask me how I know. So he's either a Sangoma or he's a nurse or a doctor. If he was a doctor, I don't think he'll be here.
Plan for post-March 2021, if we're still alive in post-2021. Yeah,
might die from hunger. It just might die from hunger here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look for some of the comments, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
What time do you normally sleep? Do you still have your sleeping pattern?
I try and keep it normal for the kids because otherwise they go berserk. So, but sometimes I go late, but I wake up at sort of 6:30 every day.
What's the latest?
The kids. What's the latest I go to bed? I don't know. I'm allowed to go to bed whatever time I like. No, I don't know. I've been watching the football again lately.
Oh. Yeah, no, I've done 4 a.m. like maybe 2-3 days ago, 4:30 a.m.
No, I like to get to bed reasonably early so I can wake up at 4:30 a.m. and then stress about random shit, and then get back to bed at 6.
Yes, I can't. I'm now trying to force myself to go to bed just now because I want to be up at 6:30, and then I'll play golf at 7:30 or something.
Which course are you playing at?
Tomorrow I'll play Kyalami 9 holes. Some guy wanted to play, so I said fine. But I normally play Kilani.
Oh, okay.
So I might go there later. Wow, Shamila, you've been here all along. You didn't say a word. Yeah, no, we're all gonna say good night just now. Thank you, Shamila.
I'm gonna go and make tea just now, Shamila.
Stepping out. Chris has got to go make tea. Toots obviously just got here and like a baby on sugar. This show has messed up my sleep. Yeah, no. Look, I mean, for me, 10 p.m., at least I've spent time with the kids. My wife's still complaining. But once we have our feet and our audience and maybe a sponsor, then we'll decide. Maybe we'll do 5 or 4 nights a week. I want to keep the time slot. It works for now. I might shift Friday, Saturday time slots to earlier because there's all these other lockdown parties and all this other shit that happen on the internet, which is just, you know, Fridays. All Fridays we'll then start having musical guests and DJs and then we can.
That I never got into. Maybe I'm old, but I never got into that thing of like I've done the thing where you have drinks with friends while you're sitting and talking like this. But to have a party by yourself in your lounge with your friends on your, I'm too old to like feel weird and awkward not talking to anybody by myself.
Fuck. Yeah, wives are quite happy and the children as well. Look, there's some upside to this lockdown, not the disease, but the lockdown. I got to spend more time with my kids. I realized there's moments I have had with Omari, with my last born, in the past 2 years and even now, that I didn't have with my other two kids because I was busy, you know. I was all over the place, I was traveling. So when everything goes back to normal, this is my normal, bruh. I'll be here every night, normal or no normality. This is my show now. The only time I won't do the show is if I'm physically on stage or I'm doing a Blacks Only or I'm flying back from somewhere or I'm driving. But I'll let you know, like I've done in
pre-record.
Yeah, or we just
People
go.
are asking about which football team I support.
Can I tell them?
Well, you can see. Look, it's written there.
You're wearing the shirt. One of the biggest Liverpool supporters I know in the world. Do they know you?
Who? Liverpool.
Yeah, or like their team, or their not that like their marketing people or social media.
The local guys do. I was an honorary member of the supporters club for a while.
So there's an agency in Cape Town that sends me Arsenal shirts every year, maybe now for like 3-4 years. And then I asked them to send for my son as well. But my son has seen the light. He's not interested in Arsenal.
Is he a Liverpool fan? He must be.
My son is like, he's still, 1 minute he'll talk about Man United. He knows soccer players, like he knows PSG. He knows everything about European football, basically, and the Grand Prix. So he's quite flexible and calculating, and the mom is a Liverpool fan, so that's also confusing for him. It confuses him. So I'm not sure what team he's for at the. I've bought him Arsenal stuff and tops and which he wears, but he's not really like. I think he takes note of when Arsenal is losing, actually, to tell me that.
Which is quite a lot right now.
How did you feel when Liverpool kept losing all those years?
There's an old saying that goes, you can change your wife, but you can never change your football team.
Someone says you favor TP Mazembe. You know what's TP Mazembe?
Yeah.
It's the DRC team. It's been to the Africa whatever a couple of times. African champions, blah, blah, blah. It's owned by a businessman. I'll tell you now. I forgot his name, man. He used to be the premier of that province in the DRC. And the team once played Orlando Pirates, and they locked out the media out of the stadium. so they can psychologically just fuck with Pirates. And
but there's been a few weird things like that. The one time that the team was held at gunpoint by the army, was that Bafana Bafana?
In Zambia.
Was it in Zambia? Yeah.
Yeah, I think John Barker told us that story.
But I remember it was on the news at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm still a Chiefs fan. That's not gonna change. Look, I'm still an Arsenal fan, but I don't know where that's going, honestly.
But at least Sundowns are still doing all right. But I don't watch as much local football as I should.
I don't. So I don't even have DSTV anymore. So
What do you think? While we're talking about football, because there appears to be some football people here. Did you see they sold Wits to some other guy in Limpopo?
I saw the racist tweets or the supposed tribalist tweets from this guy who was pissed off that Wits was sold and it's now renamed whatever name that they can't pronounce. I don't know if you saw that. They give him carry. They even suspended the guy. He works at Power FM. He was suspended for. He basically said, "I can't believe Wits has been spelled to fucking now. It's being called Zizawa what. But you know, he was being very tribalistic. He was suspended from his job from Power FM, from Twitter, bro, from saying some shit in Twitter. But it was awkward. It was weird and out of nowhere. And like same time, there were rumors that Bitvest wants to sponsor the league, the entire league. And
that's why they got.
I don't know if that's why they sold it. Tuto, who else is selling their team? Have you? How's the games now? I haven't seen any of the new games.
It's a bit weird. So
without a crowd.
So there's no crowd, but they still play like crowd noises. But they try and match what would have normally happened. So like if they miss, then the crowd goes, oh, but it's like it's about, I'd say about 3 seconds too late, and then it's like, but it's nice to watch it again. Although last night's game was the most boring game I've ever seen in my life.
Who was playing?
Liverpool and Everton.
I can't even now imagine watching this soccer shit without crowds, bro. So someone said to me, New Zealand has gone back. Everything is normal.
Yeah.
Like crowds are back at stadiums watching soccer, and they've got their COVID under control or got rid of it or something.
Something like that. But they had like a lockdown early on. And then everybody listened to that cock, and then I think they stopped people coming in from other countries. And then they were fine. They only had like 1,000 cases in total, and they moved on with life.
Do you think they must use fake crowd noise on the soccer games?
Well, it depends who's playing. Like if Chiefs is playing Pirates or whatever, then there'll be a crowd there. But like, how many times do we? But it works for us at home. You know what I mean? Like in the stadiums, they don't have it. Timothy's saying Highlands Park is up for sale.
Yeah. You wanna buy it?
No, one of the owners used to when I still played back in the day. My coach, his name was Hadley. He's one of the owners of Highlands Park.
When you still played what?
I still played football.
You played football?
Yes.
Dude, you know this show.
How did you not know this? Huh?
I know you studied sports management.
I played soccer at like club level.
Are you kidding me, bro?
No.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
So I even played with some players who went on to do really well. Like so I played on the same team as Stigger for a while. And Ashley Mukanya did really well. Who else? I wasn't very good, put it that way, but I played a bit. Up until I started doing stand-up comedy seriously. And then I was drinking far too much to play football well.
So here's the weird thing about this show. Like you just said now, you played professional football. I didn't know.
Not professional, not professional. So,
was there no money at all?
When we played at Wits Tech, we used to play stake matches. No, but there was no money at all. It was weird for me when it just shows you how screwed up shit is. I was playing for Wits Tech in first year, and I was the student representative on the team, yada yada yada, and then I had to pay like a membership fee of $400 per season, and then I went and played rugby for a couple of months, and they were paying me $100 a game to play rugby. And you want to hear something funny? I was playing prop at the time. Do you know who the hooker was? Cabello of TKZ.
Yeah. What? At Wits Tech.
At Wits Tech, I shit you not, he was the hooker.
He played rugby.
He played rugby, dude.
Pasta Mabelani. Pasta Cabello Mabelani.
That's the one.
Yeah, man.
He was also in my class, the sports management class.
Someone says you played with Pierre Issa.
No. Who said that? Pierre Issa was a dickhead. I didn't like him. And then, sadly enough, yes, I was a goalkeeper. For the people who are saying maybe a goalkeeper. See these people who think I've always been fat. So just to answer any questions here, up until I started stand-up comedy, I was quite thin. That's why I had to stop playing football when I did stand-up. But yeah, I was a goalkeeper.
So I found out on this show a few days ago, Sifiso Nene used to work at a factory that makes parachutes, and he used to skydive. You see your reaction.
I would not have expected that.
Dude, I was like, what? What are you saying, dude? The guy used to jump out of aeroplanes.
Yeah.
Skydiving. Before he was doing
when? He didn't put that in his book, though.
So my sister is asking, where's Salah Sabit?
I actually spoke to him at the beginning of lockdown. He's doing a lot of writing work now. So you know, when you're a writer, lockdown doesn't really affect you.
Yeah.
He was working on a screenplay when I spoke to him.
I see his Facebook posts sometimes.
He posts a lot on Facebook.
Yeah, no, I see his Facebook posts.
Yeah.
You said you were banned from Facebook for 24 hours or 48 hours or something.
Yeah, something like that.
What happened?
So it's there's a guy called Kevin Frazier. We should have actually talked about this. No, not him. It's a dude who left South Africa to live in Australia, but it looks like he's back. But he did a whole lot of videos where we should have spoken about this with the Leon Schuster thing. And then he does this like sort of black accent, but he does it badly, and he doesn't do anything funny or whatever. But it's just, so Facebook kept sending me the adverts for his show, and I put on a post that said, Facebook, this is not comedy, it's just racist drivel. Stop forcing this dude on me, he's a twat. And then people complained. So they said, I think it's because I called him a twat. Facebook said it went against their bullying and harassment policies.
So you had to go into the kids' room for 24 or 48 hours.
Yeah, no, they said I'm on probation. If I do anything wrong again, then they suspend me. So I don't know how long I'm on probation for. I thought it was 24 hours, but I still get the message every day when I log on to Facebook.
What the fuck? No, bro. Thanks so much for coming, man. I'll probably ask you to come again.
Cool. This has been fun.
This show is about nothing and everything.
It's cool. It's like we're having a phone call and then people comment on it. It's awesome. Yeah.
a Zoom call. Everyone's got the link.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
Ah, thanks for coming, bro. Yes, as you made the 2-hour average time. It's 1 hour 50 minutes.
Ah, look at me flying.
That's dope.
Cool. All right, dude. Well,
What did
thank you.
have I forgotten anything?
I don't think you've forgotten anything.
Look at this comment.
Which
This one.
Facebook quarantine.
So basically during lockdown, Facebook told you to go outside.
Without a mask. Just be like outside. Get infected. Yeah. All right, cool, man.
Do you still live
Thank
in
you.
Benoni? Have you ever lived in Benoni?
I've never lived in Benoni. Are you talking about Cooler Box? No, Cooler Box was just a character I did. So I've lived in Randburg almost my entire life. I don't mean to brag.
No,
But
Kukanya, where are you?
it's almost 2 a.m. here. Where's 2?
She'll tell us just now. No, Kukanya, tell us where you are. Good night, guys. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. Thanks, Chris, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. No. Cool, man. All right.
Try and wake up your wife and see if she's awake.
I'll be there with a cup of tea.
Oh, no, Kukanya is in Dubai.
Cool.
All right. Thanks, bro.
Later. Bye, everyone. Cheers.
Okay. Guys, tomorrow night's guest is Sister H. Very, very funny. 10 p.m. tomorrow night. Thanks for showing up as always, guys. Those of you who are late, you can go back and check the show. Obviously, it's on YouTube and somewhere on Facebook, but it's easier to find it on YouTube. And I'll go and update and put a thumbnail of Chris Forrest and the title as well. Let me know, guys, if I must move the show earlier. We can try a 9 p.m. slot. We can do whatever we want here. We can start doing a 9 p.m. slot, 9 to 10, 9 to 11. So that whatever is convenient, I don't mind. We can try whatever. But I've spent a lot of money advertising this 10 p.m. slot already on Facebook and Instagram. But we can do whatever. Let me know if we must try a 9 p.m. slot. I closed Makum Nand. No, Sis H is not Sis Dolly. It's Sister H. Bye-bye, my sister Lorraine. Another episode in the can, ladies and gentlemen. A dope episode. Thanks for staying up. Thanks for watching. Becky, please recover from this corona shit. Please, please, please. Take care of yourself. I hope you're eating well and you're taking care of yourself. And I'm so sorry, man. Princess, wherever you are, please get well soon. And better. And are you going to go back to nursing? Have you gone back? Guys, take care of yourself. This corona shit is here. We can't get away from it. I don't have a problem with the time slot. That's up to you guys. It works. This time slot works, but we'll see. If you missed the show, it's available. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. Cheers, guys. This guy keeps asking me about my father's story. I'll tell my father's story tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Runaba Rain SIM card starts working at 11 p.m. so we can try that. No, we'll stay 10 p.m. but you can join at 10. It's fine. Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching as always. I appreciate it. Zathu ntho e monate ya phetwa ntate ntshantse o theoha o santse o le monate ko le wena o tshwere mosadi wa o le bisimane o bo tswa go wena no re ko tlwela o santse o le mo. Let me leave you there when you are o bo jika o shebela kwana wa robala mfana ke o gona o msiale la tla utlwa he o tla o hlompha. Randburg, Old Street. Lepere, Horseman. Cheers, Tando. You've been here the whole time, man. Thanks for everyone for coming back every single day. Every single day. No hat tonight. Ish, guys, I was too lazy to go and fetch my hat. I mean, thank you, Caesar, man. Thank you, guys. Guys, I'm having fun with this show. Don't be surprised if it gets on TV, but I'll always make sure you guys are there. I'll always make sure you guys are the number ones. The number one. If it means you're getting VIP membership to the show and you get to come backstage and whatever, we'll do that. But we all know where it started, and you guys were here every single day. So thank you very much. Thanks, Bruce. Thanks, Kumkani, Sizwe, Sankolo, Tuto, Lorraine, Itumeleng, Bruce, Becky, Princess, Pumi, Fanny, Steve, Zankolo, Pongumusa, Brian. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Sister H is my guest tomorrow night. You never know. There could be more comedians. There could be other guests. You know how we roll. I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Sharp, sharp. Juices. Why? Out. 2 hours, guys. Bye-bye. 1 hour, 59 minutes.